Hi guys, it's Erin from Ginger's Florals. Today is an absolutely gorgeous day. The sun is fully out. Yesterday it was stormy. The last week or two it's been dark, heavy, thick clouds and rain, and it's going to come back tonight. So I'm taking full advantage of the weather right now, and I wanted to take you guys along for a December garden tour. It's the perfect day for it. And I wanted to start right up here in the St. Francis garden. There's Izzy, because look at these hellebore. These guys are absolutely stunning right now. I can't get over them. I love hellebore so much. And these ones are in their absolute prime. We have several others that will pick up and start blooming later in the season, but right now these are amazing. I have these ones here. This guy, they're just getting started. But that's one of only a couple of flowers that are actually blooming right now. Look at that. In December, all of this is all hellebores with a few ferns popped in. It's just my favorite place to be in the dead of winter. The rest of this garden is pretty well put to bed, just like last time. Amazingly, we have not yet had a frost. It is, it's nearly Christmas, and nope, no sign of it. It's been really cold. It's been 34, 35, but we have not had a frost. It's just crazy. By Thanksgiving, almost invariably, aside from this year, we've had a good hard frost by then, but not right now, not this year. So everything is still kind of chunking along, weirdly, but it's okay. I'm not going to complain. The weather's going to turn in the near future, and then we'll have plenty of cold days. It is staying below 50. It's staying, highs are in the mid 40s, which means that all of our cool weather bulbs, like the tulips, are still getting their chill hours that they need. It's just not freezing. Okay, so this garden, like I said, one of my absolute favorite places to be right now. And amazingly, there's a couple things still going. These are these guys. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. These guys are still looking pretty darn good. They're perennial. They put out big, tall, it's a campanula. Big, tall stems that'll come up 2 feet tall with bright fuchsia flowers in the spring. But they haven't frosted out yet. Either have our hydrangeas. The conocloa have. But the heuchera still look pretty happy. It's crazy. Over here, we actually still have flowers on our fuchsias. Look at that. They're so pretty. Okay, but that's pretty close to it. Hi, Winston. Everything else over here is doing pretty good. We still have our ranunculus little starts that we planted last spring that are still there. We still have major issues with mold. You see those hills? They're just everywhere. I've done everything I can think of, but it is what it is. The echinacea have finally given up the ghost. They're all done. I'll cut these back here soon. Same with the yarrow. And everything else is just going to bed for winter. There's not a whole lot else to see over here, except look at how happy these iris are. I do need to come in here and cut back the leaves so when it does freeze, it doesn't damage them. But yeah, they're just really beautiful. Okay, let's head around this way. We can look at the tulips real quick. Nothing really to see here other than they're in the ground. And we have a bit of mole activity, but it's pretty much outside of where the actual tulips are. So I'm crossing my fingers, and I'll put some more repellent down here pretty quick. There's really nothing else going on in this garden. There's a couple of blooms still left on the roses. We'll look at that real quick. They look pretty terrible, but these might be nice in a flower arrangement, just the buds that are left behind. Izzy, what you doing? Look at these. They're still beautiful, no matter what, even if they're already toast. But yeah, that's about it for those guys. It's not too far off. Actually, a few weeks before I need to prune these all back. Amazing, isn't it? We haven't had a frost and I'm already talking about pruning roses, my fruit trees too. Okay, into the chicken coop garden. Everything in here is pretty happy. The anemone are struggling a little bit, but that's not too unusual. It's been too warm for them, really. But the ranunculus, look at those beautiful rows. I still need to get in and weed, but the flowers themselves, the plants are looking really gorgeous. Healthy and big. Oh, I'm pretty darn excited about this. And all of this, the rebar and the hoops, this is all for installing our low tunnels, which sometime in the next couple weeks. I don't see any freezing temperatures on the forecast, so I'm gonna do my best to get these all up, cover and protect everything here. Where's he going, Izzy? So yeah, need to protect everything up here in case of a real deep freeze. Anything below 28 degrees and they're not going to be happy. And these are a really important crop for me in the spring. I wonder what Winston was chasing. Okay, let's go take a look at the field. Lots of everything is taken up. Oh, here's some of the other flowers. Some of the few other flowers that are blooming. Look at this. Oh, can you see that? There's a hummingbird on the camellia. No, you probably can't see it. I'll see if I can't zoom it in. But look at these guys. This camellia is beautiful. Oh, it's so happy. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. There's not a lot that blooms in the winter, but these guys sure do. Okay, let's go. Most everything in this garden bed are all, it's all done. I really could just cut it all back and wait for the spring. There's nothing in this bed that's going either. It's all done. Just could use a cutback. I just need some more time. Okay, now the field. We made a whole lot of progress on this since the last garden tour. Look at the gigantic, how big this rosemary is. That's 4 feet tall. It's almost, this one, 4 feet tall. It's working on getting as tall as I am. This one too, it's so pretty. Oh, it smells amazing. All right, well, we have managed to pretty much clear the whole field out. Oh, it makes me happy. This is just dahlia debris, all the stems. I did leave the chrysanthemums in down here. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna do anything with them or leave them be and see if they overwinter. I mean, the flowers, they look pretty terrible, but they're still alive, amazingly. And then this row, we planted together all these biennials. That row over here, this is where we put all those larkspur and bupleurum. Oh, look, that is a bupleurum. Oh, that makes me happy. There's some that have grown. I just bought more seed though, so I can, hedge my bets really. Yeah, there's some. That makes me really happy. I'm pretty excited that there's some that have sprouted. I thought that nothing had. But it's a good start. It's a good start. Makes me happy. Now pretty much everything else has been pulled. You can see our piles of, these were all dahlias. This is crazy. The scented geranium still looks good, and I pulled it like a month ago. Oh boy, everything's empty. John and I, over the next month, will clear it all out, get it all prepped, so it's ready to go in the spring when it's time to start planting. This row right here, we're gonna leave all these plants in. John, he came in here for me and just cut them all down, but we're gonna pull the landscape fabric and leave the plants and hope that they come back. These are the black-eyed Susans. That end up there was the Indian summer variety, and most of the rest, well, all the rest of this was Sahara. I'm crossing my fingers that we can overwinter them and have them even earlier in the spring next year, or in the season next year. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. This is all piled up, it's pulled out. And yeah, this garden is pretty much put to bed. All the hardest work has been accomplished. Thank goodness. So the last little garden over here I wanted to show you is this garden, the little shade garden back here. These hellebore, I wish I knew the varieties. So tall. So tall. But they're getting ready to bloom here in the next few weeks. These guys, the Brunnera, these guys need to be cut back. Everything else in here is pretty good to go for the winter. Look at how beautiful that pittosporum is. I just love the variegation on that. Helps that the sun's shining through it. Oh, okay, I have one other thing up here I want to show you, and then I'll show you the gardens up front. I have to show off this holly. This holly has never had this many berries on it in the 12 years we've lived here. Can you see that? Look at all that. It's absolutely everywhere. This whole tree is stunning. Oh, I was having a hard time seeing it for you. Let me flip around, see if it works better in the shade. Can you see all of that? I'll definitely add a couple pictures. It's just amazing. So happy. So much stuff to put into holiday arrangements. And this is wild. I'm incredibly grateful that all of these, so much of this is just native and wild. And I don't have to do anything and it's happy. We have a few others. There's another one back in the woods back here that actually has yellow berries. And it's beautiful. I love it. Okay, I want to take you over to see the cottage garden and then around out front. Now, there isn't a whole lot to see in this garden other than a whole lot of cleanup that needs to be had or done. But look, my favorite thing in this whole garden right now is these rose hips. Look at those. They're gigantic. They're so big. Again, though, this is just more work to be done. Back there is a yellow twig dogwood. This is a red twig dogwood. These are both going to get picked up and moved out there by the field. That's one of John's projects for this winter. I think I talked about it recently, is to clear out and make a bit of a road on the north end of that field, and then we can move those and have beautiful stems to cut. It'll be beautiful from afar, and it's good forage for making arrangements. Okay, there's not a whole lot back here to look at. Yeah, nothing's really happening back here. There's this beautiful color. I love the winter interest. with the yellow and the green and the silver. There's a little bit of a red hue in this huckleberry, but mostly it's just the blue and the green and the gold that I love. I think they're just fantastic. There's always something to look at this time of year. Yep, okay. And amazingly, we still have that great big giant artichoke. It's just blowing my mind. Everything over here is put to bed. It's a crocosmia. Oh, do you hear that sound? It's a little hummingbird right here. Ha, how cool. I could use to understand to deadhead, but look, I still have blue hydrangea blossoms almost at Christmas. The weirdest weather this year. Nothing going on really in there. We did get, there's one other thing I want to show you. I also want to show you a little bit of the Christmas lights that we put up. It's nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but it makes my heart happy. We got a living Christmas tree. This guy right here. It's called a cork bark. It's a cork bark fir. This beautiful silver color. Almost looks like a blue spruce, but it's not sharp at all. It's so soft. It says it's very, very slow growing. It'll take, what did they say? It took about 20 years to grow 8 feet. So this'll be great. Just need to find a spot out here where it can go and just shine all by itself. It's so pretty. Not much left over here. There's a couple of crab apples on the tree. A couple little berries left on the barberry. This crazy poppy doesn't know what season it is. I just need to cut it back. Same with these daisies. This would not be happening if it had frozen like it should have already. I'm a big fan of all these red berries, if you couldn't tell. Look at the crab apples. The birds have been getting after these guys. And my actual blue spruce. Yeah, very pokey. And that's about it. We have some Christmas lights on that tree right there, that little guy. Tree lights around, or Christmas lights around the shed, around the house. That little tree that I just showed you, the cork bark. And then around the pergola at the St. Francis Garden and all the way around the back. I love Christmas time. It's so much fun. Okay, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for this December garden tour. There's not near as much to see this time of year, but there's little bits and pieces here that are still blooming and still looking gorgeous. And having the winter interest of crab apples and rose hips and a few winter blooming flowers just make all the difference in the world. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, hit a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.